Hello students, welcome to CFD blog again. I'm still a humble teacher, Harold Dave. Okay, we are going to take you today on work, energy and power. But remember, if this is the first time of coming across this our channel, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you have any question on this topic after the discussion, don't forget to leave your question at the comment section below. Okay, we are going to treat work. What is work? In an ordinary man setting or in a layman setting, you can say, work. I go to work every day. I work in a farm. I work with a bank. This is work. But when you are in physics, work is said to be done when you apply a certain amount of force on an object, and that force makes that object to move, or it displaces that object in the direction of the force. Let me show you. This is an object. When we apply a force on this object, this my hand is the force. When we apply a force on this object, it moves a certain distance. You see, the force that I apply on it makes it to move from here to here in the direction of the force. The direction of my force is going like this. So this is a log of wood, let's say, and this is our plate, and this is our force. We apply force on this, and due to the application of force on this, it moves a certain distance. And here, this is our distance that it moves. So when we apply force here, it makes this object to move a certain distance in the direction of this our applied force. This is when work is said to be done. Okay? And the formula for work is just equal to what? Force times what? Distance. Force times distance. Another illustration is, let me say I'm in a car park, and my car fails to start, and I have to push the car. So once I apply force on my car, once I start pushing it, the car starts moving gradually. Work is said to be done whenever I apply that force on my car and it moves. You get me? But there's two things we are going to consider now. Work depends on two things, which is force. The first one is force. The second one is displacement. So whenever one of these is missing, work is not done. Just bear this with me, or just remind yourself of this always. Whenever one of these is missing, work is never done. How about when we apply force and there is no displacement, there is no movement? Let me say I'm about to push a very big lorry. As I'm pushing it, it is not moving. I keep pushing it, it is not moving. Is work done? No work is done. Because work must be done whenever there is force and there is a displacement. What about when there is a displacement and there is no force? Let's say the movement or the rotation of the earth around the sun. When the earth rotates around the sun, there is a displacement, but there is no force. So there is no work done on the earth by the sun. Okay? So this is about the movement of, let's say, work done on a horizontal plane. This is work done on a horizontal plane. So let's write out this our formula here. That work is equal to force times distance. And you can also bear with me that force is measured in Newton and distance is measured in meter. So this too is Newton meter. So work has an SI unit of Newton meter or joules. This shows me that work is measured in joules. And this work is a scalar quantity. Work, again, is a scalar quantity. And it is measured in joules, Newton meter. Okay? Let's now consider work on a vertical plane. This is on a horizontal plane. When we apply force, it makes something move. What about when the force goes like this? Let me show you with an instance. Okay? So what if a boy is being asked to carry a load on a staircase? A boy is here. This is Mr. Boy. And this is the load. Let's say this is a load of 2 kg. Is to carry this load on here. And this has a height of 2 meters. And it has a slope of 5 meters. This is its slope. And this is our ground level. So this guy is being asked to carry this load on top of here. Okay? So for us to consider the work done in this illustration, so our work done have to be equal. You have to consider three things. The first, mass, the body, what we are about to transport, what we are about to lift up here, which is our mass, load, the mass of our load, which is m, multiplied by, okay, for this guy to lift this up from the ground to here, he's lifting this load against its weight. When we are lifting anything against its weight, that is against its gravitational pull, you have to what? Consider our acceleration due to gravity. Because our acceleration due to gravity, our gravitational pull is coming like this, that is the weight of any body is coming downwards. For you to lift this up from here to here, you have to consider the acceleration due to gravity. The next is our height, because we're lifting it from this 0 level to a level of here is 2 meters. So we have to consider our height. Automatically, what is said to be done when mass times acceleration due to gravity times our height. So again, let's say a boy is pulling something from the ground. Let's also consider this when there is a movement. A boy is pulling something from the ground to carry it up here. What if this guy only carries this load and he's standing here, he's not making any movement? Is any work said to be done? No. The only work done is the work done by this guy trying to lift this load from this ground to here. If this guy fails to move again, no work is done. The only work done is the work he did while lifting this load up from the ground. That is the only work done. Okay? But if he eventually carries this up here, he has done a great job. He has done work. The first work he did was lifting it up the ground just for you to carry it from the ground. Then the second work he did was to carry it up the stair. So he did 2 work here. But if he never moved here, he did just 1 work, carrying it up the ground. Okay, let's just compare this our formula with this our second formula. This one says that our work is equals to mgh. Okay, I told you initially this is on a horizontal plane and this one is on a vertical plane. You can also bear with me. Whenever you are dealing on a horizontal, we consider distance or displacement, which is s. And whenever we are doing on a vertical plane, we consider h. Okay, and you can also bear with me. So this and this is the same, h and s, they are the same. Then you can also bear with me that force is equal to mass times acceleration. This is mass and this is also mass. This is acceleration on a horizontal plane. Whenever you're considering acceleration on a horizontal platform, you use acceleration a, which is same with velocity over time. Whenever you're considering acceleration on a vertical plane, you use your g, which is acceleration due to gravity. So vertically, so virtually, you see that these 2 formulas are the same thing. Okay, let's now consider the third case, which is when we apply force. Our third case, when we apply force in another direction, and that force makes another object to move in a different direction. Let's take a look. This is our object. This is our plane. Applied force in this direction. This is our force. And due to this force that we applied in this direction, it makes this load to move in this direction. This load now move over to here. This is our load. This is our load. The application of force in this direction will make this load to move from here, which is the distance of s. It makes it to move a distance of s, and it makes an angle of theta. How can we now determine our work done? Work done in this formula, we have to now resolve this our force in the horizontal direction. That is, we resolve this our force in the direction of the movement this box makes. So our work finally is now equal to F cos theta multiplied by our distance. That is, resolving this in its horizontal direction is F cos theta multiplying by our distance. So this is how to find the work done when you apply a force in another direction and it makes another body to move in a different direction. So let's now just go over and solve some calculation on this work done and come over to power. And again, energy. You know that energy is the ability to do work. So without energy in us, we can't move anything. Me being able to push this box from here to here is because there's energy. Me being able, let me say, in the first illustration I showed you, me being able to push a vehicle is because I have energy. That is the ability or the capacity to do work. Without me possessing any energy in me, I can do work. And also, energy is a scalar quantity as work. It is also measured in joules. Two of them have the same unit, and they both are scalar quantity. But again, I come to realize lately that not all energy can do work. Some energy can be wasted. Let me say now I have energy. Let me say I have energy and I want to push a heavy truck. I keep pushing the truck is not moving. And there must be a displacement before work is done. But I keep pushing that heavy truck. It is not moving. So the energy in me is being expended. I keep wasting my energy. I keep expending my energy, but there is no work done. So some energy is being wasted, but some energy is being also utilized and turned to work. But always remind that energy is the ability to do work. The other one was a reflection. So let's go over and solve some calculation, then come over to power and conclude everything. Okay, let's take a look at this question. The first one says a ball of mass 40 kg runs up a set of steps of total height 2.0. Find the work done against gravity. It says a ball of mass. So this is our staircase and this is the boy. But the safe weight of this boy, is 40 kg. So this guy here weighs 40 kg and the staircase is 2 meters. Okay, this is just the data is given. This is our data. Okay, so find the work done against gravity, and we know that our work done, whenever we are going in a vertical manner, that our work done is just equal to our mass times gravity times height. So our mass is 40 kg. This is 40 times our acceleration due to gravity, that is 10, times our height, which is times 2. 2 times 10 is what? 20. 20 times 40 is 800. So that our work is just equal to this. So that finally our work is equal to 800 joules, capital J. This is our answer to our first question. So here is our second question. It says a load is pulled 5 meters along a horizontal floor by a constant force of this, which acts at 60 to the floor. Calculate. So this is our load. Again, let's bring out our data. This is our load again, and this is where the load was pushed. Okay, the force is our F is equal to 30 Newton, and this is the direction of our force, and it makes an angle of 60. It makes an angle of 60 and a distance of what? 5 meters. This is our 5 meters. So if you are asked to find this is just an illustration of this question, so that our weight is equal to our F times our S cos theta. So if you are going to fill out, our force is 30 times our distance is 5 times our cos 60. This is 60 cos 60. So this is our work. So finally our work is equal to, let me point out, this is cos 60. Okay, so cos 60 is equal to times 5 times 30. 5 times 30, this is 75. So this is 75, and work is measured in joules. So always remember to put your SI units before leaving your answers. So from here, let's quickly move over to power. Let's just finish up with power. Okay, so what if a boy, let me give an illustration again with this question. This is our boy A. He's taking a load, the same amount of load, which is 40, which is 40 kg. This is a box that weighs 40 kg, this height of 2 meters. And another boy elsewhere is also taking a load of the same mass. This is the same mass, a load of the same mass, which is 40 kg, up a stair again. The stair is also equal to 2 meters, the height of the stair. So Mr. A is doing a work of 800 joules as we have previously calculated. He's doing a work of 800 joules, and this Mr. B is also doing a work of 800 joules. But what if this Mr. A did his own work within a minute? It takes this man 1 minute to take this load up here, and this man, it takes him 10 minutes to take this load up here. It takes this man 10 minutes. Do you see? Two of them did the same equal of work, the same amount of work, but the time interval differs. This is when power comes to play, because power is the rate by which we do work. How fast can you do this work? That is power. A man can do a work of this 800 joules in a minute, and another man can do it in 10 minutes. This is what differs. This is what differentiates them, and this is when power have to come and play its role, because power is the rate of doing work. Automatically, power is equal to work over time. This is our work over time. So this is power. Okay, so let's now go and find a very nice question that we use to understand every theory of power. And also, mind you that power is measured in watts. Power is measured in watts. Okay, so let's go over now and solve one question that will enable us to understand the whole concept of power. This is our question on power. So it's a horizontal force is used to accelerate a 15 kg block from a speed of 20 meters per second to 40 meters per second in 10 seconds. So our first question says, calculate the magnitude of the force applied. Our second question says, what is the average power exerted on the block? Then our third question says, what is the maximum power exerted on it? Okay, let's start by writing out our solution. So let's put this our equation in a diagram. Okay, it says a block of 15 kg. So this is our block, and the block is 15 kg. That is the mass of the block is 15 kg, and it accelerates from a speed. Its initial speed is 20 meters per second. So it has an initial speed of 20 meters per second. Then it moves to a new position with a speed of 40 meters per second. That is our final velocity within 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And remember, the mass of the block did not change. The block is still the same, which is 15 kg. Okay. Then we are asked to find number 1, which is our magnitude of the force applied. They want us to know the force that we applied here that made this box to move from here to here with an initial speed of 20 meters per second and final speed of 40 meters per second. So our first question goes like this: force. They want us to find the force, and remember that force is equal to mass times acceleration. So are we given the mass? Yeah, we are given the mass, which is 15 kg. Are we given the acceleration? There is no acceleration. We are just given speed. Okay. So from here we can find our speed, our acceleration, which is the rate of change of velocity. Okay. So from here, we know that acceleration is just equal to final velocity minus initial velocity all over time. This is our acceleration. So what is our final velocity? Our final velocity is 40 meters per second. Our final velocity is 40 meters per second, or let me just write the value. 40 minus our initial is 20 all over our time is 10 seconds. So this automatically shows that our acceleration is equal to 40 minus 20 is just 20 divided by 10 is 2. So our acceleration is 2 meters per second square. So this is our acceleration. But mind you, we are not just looking for our acceleration, we are looking for our force. So finally, our force is now equal to mass times acceleration. What is our mass? Our mass is 15 kg times our acceleration, which is 2. So this is 15 by 2, and this will give us 30, and don't forget to put the unit for force, which is Newton. Okay, the second says what is the average power exerted on the block. They want to know the average power. So let's start by writing out the formula for power. This is II. We know that our power is equal to work all over time. That is power, the rate of doing work. And we all know that power is equal to, this work is force times distance. Our work is force times distance all over t. If you have been following our videos on unit and measurement, we know that velocity is displacement over time. Velocity is displacement over time. That is, V is equal to displacement over time. So we can substitute this our displacement over time and put our velocity. So finally, our power is equal to force times what? Displacement. Okay? Force times, velocity. So, but here, we're asked to find the average power. We have two velocities. We are asked to find our average power. So first of all, we should go ahead and find our average velocity. Then we come over and find our average power. We are given two velocities, but we know that anytime you're asked to find the average of two things, it is the first plus the second all over 2. So that our average velocity is just equal to final velocity plus initial velocity all over 2, which will give us 40 plus 20 all over 2, which will give us final answer of 40 plus 20 is 60 over 2, which is 30 velocity, and it is meter per second. So this is just 30 meters per second. This is our average velocity. So from here we come over here and find our power. We all know now that our power, let me wipe here. We all know now that our power is just equal to force times velocity, and our force is over here, which is 30 Newton. Our force is 30 Newton by our velocity, which is 30 meters per second. Average, let me put the symbol for average. This is our average. Okay, finally our average power is now equal to 30 by 30 will give us 900. Power is measured in watts, so always remember to put your units. So the first one is 900 watts, which is our average power on the block. So coming over here is what is the maximum power exerted on it. They want to know the maximum power exerted on this. Okay, we are just going to get the maximum power from the maximum velocity. This is 20 velocity, it is the minimum, and this is 40 meters per second. It is the maximum. We are only going to derive our maximum power from our maximum velocity. If we go with this 20, we are going for the minimum. If you go with this 40, we are going for our maximum. So automatically, to get our maximum power, which is, this is question I, maximum power, which is power is equal to force times velocity. So for us to get our maximum power is equal to our force. Remember, our force remains 300 Newton. 300 times our maximum velocity, which is 40, and automatically this will give us 1200 watts. So this is the only way we're going to use to find our maximum power. Okay, and also I want to leave some tips on how to be perfect on this work, energy and power. Okay, just be careful. You know, in this our question, we would not consider conversion. We are solving with the same unit. Some examiner might try to change unit for you to know when to change, when to convert before solving. He might come here and give you meter per hour and leave this one under meter per second. You are to convert to a definite unit before you start solving. Okay, and also know how to relate all these formulas. Okay, he can also ask you, you know that work is equal to force times distance. This is work. An examiner can remove distance for you. You are meant to go and find distance with any formula, and you can also remember from the equation of motion that distance is equal to ut plus half at squared. at squared. He might give you time and acceleration and ask you to find work. You have to go and find distance first, and you can use this formula. You find distance, put here, and find your work finally. So again, always know the conversion of power. You know that 1 kilowatts is equal to 1000 watts. 1 megawatt is equal to 10. Okay, let me write it out. This is 1 kilowatt is just equal to 1000 watts, and 1 megawatt is equal to 10 raised to the power 6 watts. Then also 1 microwatt is equal to 10 raised to the power 9 watts. So just know your conversion. Even 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watts. So let's just be versatile, conversant with our conversion while solving anything. So believe me, once you can go across all this, and also remember to follow our exercises, our JAMB and WAEC past questions, our POST UTME past questions. I will leave the link just below in the description box. It will help you to be grounded well and to know the system of patterns in which schools or exam bodies set their examination. And I'm looking forward to see you in our next video, which will be on energy. Let's expand the word energy. Let's dive deep into energy and know how energy is being gotten, and know everything, the types of energy, the sources of energy, and know many things about energy. I'm looking forward to see you in that video. Thank you.